You know, this weekend reaction time, Caroline and Hero Adventures is brought to you by Toaster Breaks Pizza from Hot Pockets.
This is a pizza. This is a toaster. Not a good fit. This is new Toaster Breaks from Hot Pockets. The first pizza that fits in your toaster. Toaster Breaks pizza toast up hot and crispy with real pizza ingredients. Toaster Breaks have real mozzarella cheese, zesty pizza sauce, flavors like pepperoni or double cheese. New Toaster Breaks, the first pizza that fits in your toaster. This is a chicken.
The following feature has been rated G by the Motion Picture Association of America.
Hey, excuse me, princess. And more, you might have got the big and most
This is Mixopolis Chernobyl. Hey everybody! Today we are going to take a look at Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom review from the Wiiviewr guy. Woohoo! Here we go!
The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This is the long-awaited sequel to the previous game, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And I really enjoyed that game, and looking at the trailers for this thing, I just assumed it'd be more of the same. And technically, it is. It takes almost everything in the first game that was good and improved upon it. Now, was it perfect? No.
Hello, everyone. My name's Shroom. My last name's Shroom. I didn't know when I have to play this game.
Very minor. But we'll get to that.
I guess I gotta like that one.
I call spoilers. There's no story spoilers other than the beginning quests at most. It's been out for
Much
more than
like
2
the
weeks
Legend
now,
of
so I
Zelda
don't think it's too
crosses
much of a
over
big
the
deal
Care
to talk about
Bears.
areas that you explore.
What a
Now,
look.
I'm only about 40
What
hours
an
into this
idiot.
game right now,
Still
and
got
I've
a
finished
yes
2
stick on
dungeons.
this.
So I guess this is a snap judgment review, but is 40 hours playing a game really a snap judgment? Both of my kids have beaten this game and they loved it. I just don't have time to play this as much as them. I play for about 2 to 6 hours a day, depending if I have the day off or not. Now, as much as I'm about to rail on this, I really did love this game. So please take this in the lighthearted tone I'm making, because I'm sure this
Much
is
like
gonna
it on
be a
this.
year.
Huh.
Fantasy Life
I bet I can play this game a long time ago, playing The Legend of Zelda in this entire crossover event. What a spectacular that the 14th anniversary of Skylanders is coming out this month. How ridiculous is this?
But what if she's totally wrong?
Much
It's a very elaborate
exactly
cooking
like
recipe. I'm
that.
sure Link would love that. But no, she deciphers it correctly. They keep exploring the cave and find a mummified body with a glowing hand above it. And it falls off and a stone falls at her feet. And of course she picks it up instead of running away like everyone else would. The evil is released and Link tries to defend her with the Master Sword and loses an arm in the process. Zelda falls in a hole and Link awakens on a floating island with a new arm. The same arm which was holding the mummified body down. I guess it was just lucky it was the same side of arm.
Hey,
And
that's
Link might have
me.
2 right arms.
I'm
He has to
definitely
take
an
2
elf.
hours and leave the
But
floating island
that's
to go rescue
the
Zelda.
same
Starting area took me
realistic
about 4
on there
hours
all
to
the
get
time
on
to
it,
that.
and it was a bit my fault. As I got lost, I wasn't sure where I was supposed to start
So
actually
what's so
playing the game. I
regulation
missed the
on
robot
this?
that I was supposed to talk to. I just ran around the starting area thinking
Still
that there was
much to
something
read.
there.
It's all
That was
about
about
is
15 to 20 minutes of my time.
what a
which
good
is really
look
sad,
about
I know.
it.
At a certain point, I actually paid attention, and I noticed there was actually a path, and I followed it to where they wanted me to go. Now you have to visit 4 new shrines, which will give you 4 powers. Ultra Hand, Fuse, Recall, and Ascend. Ultra Hand gives you the ability to stick certain things together to make things. Simply put, it's crafting. Because apparently everything has to have crafting now. It did give the shrine puzzles a fun twist to them, as they would constantly give you new parts to use, and you have to figure out how they work. Now, Fuse lets you stick an object to your weapon,
Ha!
or your shield.
Finally got a solution of solving a puzzle like this.
Movement, as long as it's fairly recent. And Ascend, which is the most random of these powers, it lets you go through things above you. Now, I hardly ever use it, but I do appreciate it. Overall, the new starting area was a little large, and while the puzzles in it were fairly easy, it was still challenging.
Still also good terror on
when I had to make
this.
a boat, and I put 3 logs together, then grabbed a sail. It was for some reason just laying around. I put it on my boat, and it floated away. I'm like, no, come back here! I need to be on that! I didn't expect it to float away so fast, so I tried it again, and it floated away again. And I actually ran out of materials to finish this quest, so I actually had to reload my save. Nintendo never thought to respawn
Ha!
materials.
You float away,
Someone
like,
like
come
me
back.
kept doing the same
Get
dumb
back
thing
here,
over and
my
over again.
beautiful
Eventually, I
ship.
just sat on the boat when I
But
put the sail
that's
on.
exactly
And
what's
I
the
went
wrong
with it this
thing to
time.
do
But
this
I'm
on
sure
the
this is
old.
an obvious solution, which was much easier. Anyway,
Shall we
I made my way
figure
through the
things
starting
out
area,
on our
dying
own?
quite often, since I really suck at these new Zelda games. They've really turned up the difficulty on this one, as the last game was hard, but this one is much harder in my opinion. The main reason was the new enemies, which I wasn't quite sure how to defeat yet, because these weren't just the same 4 enemies reskinned constantly, like the previous game. This one had quite a few new creatures to kill. After I finally finished the tutorial area, I jumped off the island, and I forgot I actually didn't have a paraglider, so I crashed into the water below. Except I didn't die when I fell 2,000 feet into a shallow pool of water. I love that this game encompasses all kinds of physics into the builds you do and its contraptions, but jumping headfirst thousands of feet into the air into a pond of water, oh yeah, that's totally fine. It's like Nintendo's trying to have it both ways.
I think the
Of course,
water's
very first
fine.
person when you finally get back to
So I
Hyrule.
guess
Once you go
still
back
got a
this way,
situation
but
on
you
this.
get your powers back from the first game. Except that doesn't happen. It doesn't even reference why you can't get your
Ooh,
powers back.
still
Maybe the
recognize
reason
about
you can't
that.
get your powers back is
But
because
that
the
guy
Sheik
is
is missing.
still on
But
the
you think my
lead,
new armor
but
will
you
work
don't
around
want to
that.
catch
And
him out
others
on
open
that.
shrines and repower itself back up. And that comes up with the other problem. The shrines are gone. Why? Maybe I missed it. I believe that someone said they were using the old technology to rebuild their world, but the shrines just can't be used up. And also, I don't believe they can actually go
Exchange
inside them.
rules.
In addition to the new floating
Mayachin
areas, there's also a
Shrine.
huge new addition to the world, which lets you explore the underworld of Hyrule.
Oh,
It's as large as the
still got a location on
It's
this.
dark and scary.
Huh.
Since it's all
I
underground,
think
you're constantly gonna have to
so
make a light source for you to see.
scary.
Once you plant a light source, it never goes away. So you don't have to worry about time limits. There's also plants you can
Weird
attune with
stuff.
in order to light up the area to fill out your underground map. The sense of exploration
This
was
is what
different
Link's
down here.
supposed
It
to
wasn't
do
about
in
what you could
in this
see
game.
and your interest, but what you
I
couldn't
know,
see in the
Rue.
darkness, and make you wonder what was out there. And it was an
I think I
interesting
speak,
twist. But this game is going to be taking place in the ground level. You're
what's
constantly
this
gonna
in
be
anyways?
sidetracked by finding new shrines, side quests, new enemies. or
Stop
activating
it,
the
but
new
I can
towers
even wait
to
to
fill out your
this
map.
game.
Now let's talk about the towers, as I really like the new way they set
Ah.
them up. Instead of climbing up to the top and looking around, they have you being shot up into the sky and scanning the surrounding
Still
world,
coming in the air.
which actually
When the
makes
air is
sense.
all the sky's
However,
all
it makes me
above.
wonder why they built them to do this. Did they really build towers for one person to go up and do this? Or do they all use these towers? It would be fun if I saw the villagers using this thing like a carnival ride. But truthfully, this seems pretty dangerous. You better hope a kid doesn't wander in, because it seems like the towers just work after Link activates it. I did like how a good deal of the towers have mini puzzles in them. And it's not usually as simple as just climbing to the top like the previous game. As you travel through the land, you can walk, fly with your paraglider, create vehicles,
Oh
or use
my.
horses.
Still got
Creating vehicles
location
always
on the
took too
land,
long, and it was
but
very
that's a
laborious.
horse.
especially with the twitchy controls. I really didn't like the way they had
Still gotta catch him this
that
time
you used
about
with the open
this.
hand. It would often get into some weird positions, and getting into the
Hey,
was
still
very
got connected
frustrating.
by a
Using
glue.
open hand was still enjoyable. It was just one of my biggest complaints.
Still
Why is fishing
attachment.
still done by walking into fish? The Zelda franchise has had fishing minigames in a few of these titles. Why is it that this version of Link can make complex vehicles, but using a fishing rod is beyond him? Why not just let one of his powers be the power of the fishing rod? Or how about this? How about letting him craft one? The idea that they made Link go noodling for fish.
No, that's a good one. I can't even wait to see this.
Which I found 30 hours
I
in by
love
accident.
it.
Now, to
But
be
that's
fair,
got
there is
a
quest
Legend
line
of
if you go
Zelda.
back to your main hub
But
and look
that's a
around.
game
But
so
I
about
guess
to
it's because
play.
people never got it or heard it existed from other people. This lets you quickly rebuild something you've already built before. Or you might be able to find a blueprint in order to create things. This was great, and once I got it, I finally used the vehicles more, as I wouldn't have to spend 5 minutes to build a vehicle. The other one is the camera, which seems like a crazy thing to lock away. Now you might be wondering, why did they lock this away? Well, for one reason alone. They want to give you a reason to go into the depths. I didn't even know there was a camera until about 15 hours in, and I got to the map, and one of the characters said, "Wouldn't it be great to have a picture of this?" And I took a screenshot with the Switch. But apparently they wanted me to use the in-game camera. How was I supposed to know this? It was also locked away with a random character with a quest line in your starting town. I just didn't hang out in my starting town very often.
Still
Speaking of
boil the
confusing quest
lava.
lines, getting upgrades
The
for your
floor
batteries
is
was
exactly
needlessly
the lava.
convoluted. It has 4
Still
different
burns
kinds of
me up on
batteries you have to
that.
look at. 2 of them were temporary and 2 of them were permanent. And you're supposed to use 2 of them in order to upgrade your battery. But you can't upgrade your battery where you get those parts. You have to go to another place to get those upgraded. And this place I actually forgot even existed because I hadn't been there in hours. I got so lost trying to do this, my son had to walk me through it. I died a lot playing this. Anytime a shrine had me lose all my equipment and I had to fight with no help, I just left. I don't like fighting.
Much
That's
time.
the exploration and
Still
puzzle
exactly
solving
like
part.
this
Fighting
one
has
on
always been a
that.
part of Zelda games, but it's always been the thing I liked the least. Now, I will say I liked how Nintendo had a variety of enemies this time around, and having real unique bosses in the dungeons was very refreshing.
So ready
You don't
to
remember
fight
the last
on
game
that.
just kind of reused the same boss with a different gimmick each time. I love the changes to the world, and I also like the way the story was structured, so you have to explore glyphs on the ground in order to find parts of the story. I think it's a better way to do it than the
Still
previous
like the
find
game,
location.
whatever
One
you
of the things I
play.
found odd was some of the environmental restrictions. In order to get to one of the temples, you're going to need 2 pieces of clothes to keep you warm, or you could constantly eat stat boosts. However, in the fire temple, you only need 1 piece of heat resistance. And you're at the bottom of the volcano. It doesn't feel consistent. One of my favorite new additions to the game is the caves. I loved exploring them all. I don't know why. It just felt exciting because I never
Still
knew what
so
you could
excited
find.
to play
Maybe you could find
this.
a monster, or a bunch of gems, or even some new clothing. And the Ascend power was definitely helpful here. There were a lot of side quests, as well as some small adventures to find. I think the side quests were about double the previous games, at least before the DLC added more. The
much
quests this
exactly
time around
like
felt
it.
more fleshed out and were more enjoyable. With the world being broken down into sky, ground, and underground, it makes me wonder what Nintendo's going to do next time to make it different. I'm sure the world is going to be completely different next time, as I don't think they're going to get away with using the same world again. Although, this game proves that they can. What could possibly be next? Moving between 2 time periods? Or even Zelda games? What if he has to go back to the first game and have to help that Link?
Still
And
one
he's
of the
going to
locations
break the
supposed to
world,
be
and he
at
can travel with the
anyways.
water. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Feel free to use that one, Nintendo. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was fantastic. As much as I love to complain about stuff, the very few minor issues I had were overwhelmed by the amount of enjoyment I got from exploring this wonderful world. Obviously, I think you should buy this, and that should not be surprising. at
Woo!
all.
Still buying! Still buying!
For the entire map, because you're never going to know what you're going to find next. So you should definitely buy it now.
Well, that's it. See you tomorrow, because tomorrow it's gonna be the new characters. See ya!
Well, that's all, folks. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.
Get lost. Well, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.